Hi, good morning and welcome to Travels with the Russells. Well, today we're going to give you a cabin tour of an inside cabin on the Ambassidor Ambience. So if you'd like to join us, please feel free and have a look around with us. So as we come in, straight behind the door here we've got light switches and a security lock on the door. Muster station instructions and evacuation procedure, life jackets, and a very large long mirror. We've had our cabin put into a double bed, so these beds can be separated to either side of the room. It would make the room much bigger actually, so the cabinets go in the middle.
And you need to explain this. If you do find it difficult, then that might not be a good idea for you, because that is there to get into bed.
Because they have these.
And if you get up, you might bang yourself. We've not, but
yeah, being bigger, I find it a bit of an issue getting out of bed and not banging myself on those. I've not done it yet, but there is a chance. So when we first came in this cabin, these beds were separated, and two single beds, and of course they were kind of tucked up against the wall there. So these are actually drop-down beds. So if you had a couple of kids with you, these beds would come out the wall, and they'd probably come to about 3/4 of the way down. So it would be a little bit, I think it'd be a bit claustrophobic. So often for a family room on other cruise lines, you'd have a kind of a bed settee that they put away in the morning for you and get out on a night for you. So, but again, sometimes you get these drop down beds. The curtains at the back, well, there's nothing behind there. Of course, it's an inside cabin. So an outside cabin would be very similar. You'd open the curtains and you'd have a porthole there or a window. Drawers, plenty of drawerage space, but they've got these kind of 1990s leather pullers on them. I think they could be replaced with proper handles, as they're a bit of a dirt trap, I think. Thousands of fingers have been on those, so keeping them clean and hygienic possibly an issue. The bed's quite comfortable, no issue with the bed, sleep fine. Again, more drawer space, and people have been asking, there is a fridge in there, so a reasonable little fridge, kind of a standard cruise fridge. So there is one in the cabin here. Little table, tea and coffee making facilities, replenished every day. Telephone and contact reception, or other cabins if you wish. Down here there is a single USB point and a single 13 amp plug socket, so it's a UK 13 amp plug socket. Next to that is an American socket. Above that here we've got the thermostat for the air conditioning. We'll talk about that in a moment. And next to that we've got a wall mounted hairdryer. Again, dated, I think, a bit old fashioned. Don't know how good it is, I don't use hairdryers, but you've not used it either. No. Above that we've got a reasonable size flat screen TV. When at sea you do get a couple of channels, news, sport and news channel, and some kind of at sea channel. There is no bridge view or outside camera again that you get on some of the cruise lines. Nice big mirror for your dressing table here. Fortuitously, it's got one USB point, and I bought one of these adapters before I came on the cruise, which is a single USB to several USB, so that's kind of handy to charge up your stuff. You can just obviously plug your USB, but what we did find is it's still quicker to use your own adapters. They charge up much faster, but if you're not in a rush, that's perfectly adequate. Little night light thing on the side here, just gives you some light in an inside cabin on an evening. Don't like having the television on, and certainly don't want to leave the lights on, so just a little night light. Again, you might want to bring it, and of course this extension is invaluable really if you've got more than one or two items that you need to plug in. Moving around the side, we have open wardrobes. Again, I suppose they save space in the fact that doors don't have to be open or banging or clattering around, but quite a lot of wardrobe space. Again, if we notice here, long dressers, they're not, the wardrobe space isn't actually long enough for long dressers.
And I'm not tall.
So they do curl up at the bottom a little bit. But generally plenty of space. Got your pool towels up here and a bit of storage up there. Again, moving into the back area here, we've got another wardrobe. It's kind of a walk-in wardrobe. It's the same length, so you'd have the same issue with dressers that might catch at the bottom. Places to hang your coats and plenty of spare room. This cupboard, we've got the life jackets. Obviously this, because of the drop down beds, there's 4 life jackets. A safe, which has a rather unusual procedure for a safe on these boats, on these ships. So it's not complicated or anything, but effectively you set a number on the back of the safe yourself, manually input that in there, and then that's the code that you'd use to open and close and lock the safe. Loads of drawer space, so again, even people like us who tend to bring loads of clothes, there is loads of space, so space not an issue. Most of those are empty, in fact. A nice feature that they've got on this ship is this floor light. It's got a detector on it, so on a night when you get up, if you need to go to the loo or something, as you walk past here, this light automatically comes on, and it's at floor height, and it's just enough to see where you're going. Coincidentally, we always bring a detector light with us, magnetic, USB rechargeable, and we always bring one with us anyway. And when we remember to take them home, because quite often we forget and just leave it stuck on the wall, so a nice free gift to the cruise lines. But obviously it's pitch black in here when you walk in, inside cabin on a night. Little light just to greet you so you can see the switches or whatever else you need. And if you look now, that strip at the bottom down there has gone off, but as I approach, the light comes on. Quite useful. Bathroom. Now, this is where the edge of the ship really kind of starts to show. For instance, it's a white toilet fitting. It's a peachy kind of coloured sink and a kind of a yellow magnolia-y shower. So we've got a mishmash of colours. It's perfectly clean and it's totally functional, but just a bit of a mishmash. 3 mirrors, each with a cupboard behind, and your normal things. Shaver point just here, Again, everything's just a little bit dated, a bit worn. They're quite
Spacious, so
the curtain
it doesn't tend to
really
stick
like
to
the
you
curtain.
like you get on
But
some.
the shower is actually shipped. Water's piping hot. It's lovely. And again, shower head, and then you get your Tailors of London bath and shower gel and shampoo and conditioner. So Julie's just saying it's nice. So yep. Hand wash. We always bring some bar soap, just because I like bar soap. So it's perfectly functional. Let's say just a little bit dated. This ship was built in the early 90s, so it's getting on for kind of 30 odd years old. And as you've seen, I'm sure, if you've seen our ship's tour, or if we haven't put the ship's tour on yet, we will be doing. So if you'd like to catch that video and have a look around the ship. Really the only issue we have is this. Now, I don't know if you can hear that. But that's on 24 hours a day. You can't turn it off. So you've got this kind of, it's the air conditioning, and it's quite noisy. It would be, if you're trying to sleep on a night, then that may be an issue. Also, we complained that this cabin was just so cold. Didn't matter what we did with the thermostat, it was just freezing cold in here. It's kind of nice now. They have adjusted, they've done whatever they've done, so it's brinking on the warm in here now. But the noise is quite a lot. And of course you're sleeping down there. You do get used to it, but yeah, it may keep some people awake. Yeah. So, well, all right. As I say, well, that's our cabin tour. If anyone has any questions regarding the Ambience and Ambassador Cruise Lines, then please just leave a comment down below and we'll try and get back to you, and we'll answer any questions that you may have. Or if you have any comments or experiences of this cruise line, then please let us know in the comments below. We're just trying to be helpful. We're just trying to let you know what to expect, and hopefully we're achieving that. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.